Today's video was sponsored by Pop Culture Zone Pressing Services. If you need your comic books pressed, I personally vouch for Pop Culture Zone as being one of the best professional companies in the game, offering hands down the lowest prices out there. Services start at only $9.99, and every order placed will receive free fast track turnaround times. Even though I press comics for my personal collection, whenever I need a professional press for my key comics, I send them off to Pop Culture Zone, and every single book that I've received back, every single one, has had results that have exceeded my expectations, and I am sure that they will exceed your expectations as well. Make sure you go check the link in the description below to head over to their website, popculturezone.com, for complete details on services and how to begin your order.
What is going on, everyone? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. Today, we are going to be counting down the top 10 Thor books in my collection. Now, keep in mind, I do own almost a full run of Volume 1 Thor. I'm not quite there yet. I only need like a few more, but I'm so close. So, I have a lot to put to this list today. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, though, please take some time to do so. And of course, check out all the awesome links below as well. But folks, let's just get into these top 10 books. How did I pick these books? I did pick them pretty much by value in key significance. And I also put them in order according to basically their average value on the market right now, currently, of course. The average that I used was the average raw, so I'm not really looking at 9.8s or CGC grades, and I'm not looking at how much they've increased over the last year, 2, 3, 5 years or whatnot. Just their current average value. Keep in mind, some of these books probably fall into that average value, being that they might be more mid grades and whatnot. So but we'll talk about that as I show off each book. So what you see here is Journey into Mystery, number 125. This is not on the list, but it's just an awesome, awesome classic Kirby Thor cover. It's the last issue of Journey into Mystery, Volume 1. So I just have that up as a backdrop, folks. And we're going to get into the top 10 Thor books in my collection. First on the list, folks, is Thor number 372. I got 2 copies. We got a direct and a newsstand. This is the first appearance of the TVA. This book obviously has been hot over the last year or so with the TVA showing up in the Loki show and what's been going on in the MCU. Right now, your average raw is sitting at about $21. Now, being a mid-80s book, you could probably find a decent grade, maybe higher mid, for around that price right now. And I'm sure the book has probably cooled off a little bit temporarily since the Loki show is now behind us. We're moving on to different things right now, but the TVA is not done, in my humble opinion, obviously, from where we left off. No big spoilers. So again, this is still a really solid key book to own, I think. Be cautious and patient buying this book. I'm sure you guys can still find deals out there for sure. All right. Next up, number 9 on the list is this is just a personal favorite of mine. This is Thor number 390. This is where Captain America wields Mjolnir. So, of course, the epic moment in Endgame, that really put this book on fire. And the interesting thing about this book is it has not cooled off. It's stayed solid, a solid value on the market. Average raw right now sitting at $42. So again, this is a late 80s book, so you could probably find decently higher grades, not near mints for that value, but be patient with your purchasing. If you're in the market to buy this book, you could still probably find this book in some back issue bins and some LCSs. You never know. All right, next up, number 8. We got Thor number 168, Origin of Galactus. Now, this Origin of Galactus story basically takes place over pretty much 4 issues. This is the money book, though, out of all four of those. I mean, they're all decently valued books. Well, 160, 161, 168, and 169. But this is that one. So this book has been really moving on the market. There was some spec for over the last couple of years about Black Winter tying into this book. So that's definitely helped bump this up. Average raw sitting at about $57 for this book. And again, a nice 15 center. So, you know, again, average raw means you take all the raw sales prices, add them up and divide them by how many books sold. It doesn't pertain to a specific grade. So it's not like you're going to get XYZ grade for $57. It's a rough estimate of all the sales. So I always like to say, you know, look for something maybe somewhere in that mid-grade range, and you could probably find something for around that average raw price. All right, next up, number 7. This is Thor 225, the first appearance of Fire Lord, Herald of Galactus. I have done videos talking about this book where I think once Galactus shows up in the MCU, because I believe it's inevitable, Fire Lord is one that could definitely be a solid story. I've had this since I was a little kid. It's definitely seen better days. It's a lower grade. I would probably say maybe a 2.5 to 3.0 copy, but I'm just happy to own this book. Average raw sitting at about $60. All right, moving on to number 6. All right, we got some Warlock action. This is Thor 166, the second full appearance of him. Now, because of the announcements over the last couple of weeks, anything regarding Adam Warlock, aka him, has just been on fire. You know, when it comes to looking at these books as an investment, you miss the boat, but I always say, you know, just be patient. Be smart with your purchases if you're out to, you know, speculate on Adam Warlock right now. We have an announcement. We have a casting. But, you know, it usually when we get a trailer, that can tend to bump these books up more. So I can't sit here and tell you if it's a good time to buy or not. All I can tell you is that if you would have been after these books a couple of weeks ago, you most likely would have paid a lot less. So, and again, remember, folks, I'm never here to tell you guys to buy any book. I'm here to deliver my personal opinion mixed in with some facts and data on these books, and I let you all be autonomous individuals that can sit and think critically and make sound purchasing decisions with your money and how you want to invest in and collect. So Thor 166 right now, average raw sitting at about $99. All right. Next up, number 5 on the list, we have Thor 129. This is the first appearance of Ares, son of Zeus. Now, this is an interesting spec book right now because we know that Zeus has been confirmed and cast for the Thor Love and Thunder. So can we see Ares at some point? I think it's practical, obviously. So this is a book that if in the market to speculate on something relating to Thor, Ares in the MCU, hey, this could be worth it to see what you can find out there on the market, make a sound purchase. And then if we do get some type of announcement for Ares, that can definitely spike this book up. All right, fair market, or excuse me, average raw right now for this book sitting at about $103. So and this book has gotten a bit hot over the last, I think it's been like few months since we did get the Zeus announcement for Thor Love and Thunder. I don't know exactly when that happened. It's been a bit now. All right, folks, number 4 of the top 10 Thors. Thor number 126. Yes. This is the first issue of Thor Volume 1. Again, it takes over Journey into Mystery. Remember, it ended at 125. So you got 126 starting the solo Thor run. Classic cover of Thor going up against Hercules and just Kirby goodness right here. I'm very happy with this book. Again, it's probably a mid-grade of some sort. I haven't looked at it for a while, but it presents extremely well. Very happy to have this book. I'm all about presentation. I talk about that a lot. Average raw for this book right now sitting at about $157. All right, everyone. We have 3 to go. Top 3. Are you ready? Which ones do you think they are going to be? Just did a video about this book recently. Number 3, Thor 337, the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill. This is a nice high-grade copy. I did a video about how the front cover, though, overhangs. And I do believe it's a manufacturing error. And I got a lot of feedback. And I actually saw notes from CGC saying when they send some of these types of books back with that defect, saying that they do not grade books with overhangs. Very, very interesting, right? I'm still very happy with this. This is a recent pickup that I got like a good few months ago, and I think I got it way under fair market value. Maybe it was because of that overhang. I don't know. Maybe they knew about it, but with the way that this book has been moving, because it has been hot, very hot, I think I got this book for way under fair market value, and I don't care about sending it to CGC. I'm totally fine the way it is. Beautiful, beautiful white cover. It's crispy clean, folks. Right now, for Thor 337, average raw sitting at about $188. Really hope that we can see Beta Ray Bill in the MCU. Obviously, we saw the Easter egg in Ragnarok. 2 more books to go, folks. Number 2, I'm telling you, both these books are hot books. Number 2 on the list, Thor 134, first appearance of the High Evolutionary. This is just one of those books that I've been talking about for years now, and it's finally getting its proper, if you ask me. Again, this is a mid-grade book. I bought this book a good some years, I don't know, 2017, and I think I paid $30 for it, and it's a nice looking mid-grade. I haven't looked at it in a while. I would say, let's see, let's do a quick. I would say probably at least a 4.5 looking at it just briefly, just looking at the cover. And I think if I can remember correctly, that's about where I was with it. This book, again, has been getting hot because there's a lot more speculation that the High Evolutionary is going to show up. There was some Easter eggs, some people say, about Rocket Raccoon and some of the things he said in the Infinity War and Endgame films. And of course, now that we have Adam Warlock cast and confirmed, we know that High Evolutionary plays a key role in the creation of Adam Warlock. So can we see him in Thor Love and Thunder? Can we see him in the next Guardians film? It's definitely very, very probable. So that's why this book is number 2 on this list. Average raw right now, it's creeping up there, folks. $227. So it's came a long way since when I paid about $30 for this book. So, all right, everyone, it is time. The number 1 book, the number 1 Thor book in my collection. It is a CGC graded book, the only one, obviously. Even if it wasn't graded, folks, it would still be number 1 on this list today. Can you guess what it is? Many of you who know me and watch my channel probably know. And that is Thor number 165. First full appearance of him. And this book has just been rocket fire. Absolute rocket fire, as well as all of the other Warlock books. I purchased this book 2018, I want to say. And I purchased it raw. Maybe it was 2017 or 18. I sent it into CGC. I think I guessed a 5.5 on it, but back then I wasn't as savvy as I am with my grading now. I look at this book and I think it's a solid 4.5. I think it could go either way, quite honestly. Maybe it could come back a 5.0 on a good day. I think it could have got a 4.0, especially with, you know, how CGC and these grading companies are. So I'm living with a 4.5, very happy with it. It's obviously increased in value a ton since I purchased it. So right now, for a 4.5, current CGC fair market value is sitting at $583. I believe I paid just over, I think about $100 for this book plus shipping. Plus, you know, what you pay about what, $35 or so, you know, if you take in fees and shipping costs to CGC and all that, plus insurance, shipping insurance. So I've definitely, you know, like what, more than tripled my money there if I was to sell it right now. Am I going to sell it? Obviously not. I'm not selling any of my books. Very, very happy to have this book and to have made the purchasing decisions that I made when I purchased it. So you guys can probably see somewhere it's got color breaking right there, you know, all around the edges of the book. But still very, very clean book. Very, very presentable still. The back is super nice. All right, folks, there it is. And I do want to let you know, everyone, that, you know, this top 10 was specifically to Thor books, not Journey into Mystery, even though those are still technically Thor books, and not anything that features Thor. You know, I wanted to keep it specific to Thor solo titles. So I hope you guys enjoyed the top 10 Thor books in my collection. Let me know what you all thought of my picks today. Let me know if there's any other ones that you would have thrown on here that I didn't. And like I said, it might be a few. There's only a few that I don't have, but quite honestly, even if I had those 3, I don't know if any of them would have made the list. I'm telling you, there's one, though, that could have possibly made the list. Maybe I would have took the 372, the first appearance of TVA, off. And that's Thor number 150 that I still don't have. That's the Origin of the Inhumans. So, honestly, if I had that book, I probably would have put it on this list. Other than that, though, very, very happy with my picks. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please take some time to do so. Thank you all for watching. Be well, and until next time.